Welcome everyone to the Rabid Mining YouTube channel. Let me know if the voice is coming in, the music's coming in, decent ratio back and forth. So what's going on everyone? It is Sunday. We're gonna do an AMA because it seems like a lot of people want to know about raptoreum. Usually on Sundays we do my rig pick pictures and whatnot that you guys post on Discord, but there was a lot of questions going on, so I figured we'd just throw out an AMA. Let's do a quick roll call here and see what everyone's up to. It is snowing here today. We finally getting some snow. It's been cold the past couple days, but yeah, it is finally starting to snow. So we got Sparky, welcome. Magic Lucky, quite the 32% pullback to 0.54 this morning so far. Maybe the network hash rate will take a little breather. Time will tell. We'll talk about that here in a little minute, but it looks like the hash rate is coming down a little bit, which is good for all of us miners. Responsive Resolve, welcome. Kestrel 68, welcome. Fudweiser, welcome. Dave Collins, Dream Crypto Mining, we'll be back in 6 minutes. They may be back now. La Baba 420, I butcher names, don't worry about it. Ogre MGTOW, Dave Collins, okay, Dude Random, MC, welcome. Crypto Nico, Gary Peters, Chazess, Gary Peters again, Enoch, FPV. If I repeat some of your names, I'm sorry. I'm trying to roll through this fairly fast. Randolph Olhoff, Nico Nicholas, Lucas Zajak, oh my gosh, BDDE, MC, what's going on? And Gary Peters, White Arctic Walker, Amit Kumar, Clayton Bolin, Clue Blue, Justin K, Jayesh Peru. Oh my gosh, I have horrible names. And then it just skipped right across everything, so I don't know where I left off. So I'm so sorry, but welcome everyone. What's going on? It is our AMA, so you know, ask away. But today is also Smart Node Payout Day. So I want to run through a little bit of that right now. As you know, I've been staking my raptoreum into smart nodes. It's not necessarily staking, it is helping the chain, the back end, the secondary security system is smart nodes, and it requires RTM as collateral. So you send it to that and it keeps secondary network clean. So like example, if someone does decide to 51% the mining side of the network, the smart nodes will kick in and say, nope, not happening, thank you for trying, and then, you know, revert all the transactions and it's not hacked. So by doing that, it takes collateral, pull smart node. It originally started at 500,000 per node, up to 800, and now it's at 1.25 million per node. So as it updates every 3-4 months, then the nodes get stronger and stronger and stronger as it builds up. So it just makes a stronger and stronger network. But you do get rewards in return. So we're gonna run over here to iNodes. Just have a quick peek of what's going on there. Let's just make sure you guys can see what I'm even talking about. Adjust my screen so you can kind of see right here. There we go. So I'm gonna go down to there. Take a look at chat. What's going on in chat here right now? Hello, London. Where in Canada are you from? I am in Alberta, if that helps. And oh yeah, I wanted to point on to the top here. Someone had the first comment right at the very top before the stream started here. He said 32% pullback to 0.54 this morning. So far, maybe the network hash rate will take a little bit of breather. So that's true. We were up to 130 mega hash on the network yesterday, I believe. And now it's down to about 107 mega hash. So that's good for us miners. The yield should kind of go up a little bit. You won't really notice too much. It's not that big of a drop, but you know, it is a drop. And as for the price dropping, I was expecting it. Honestly, in my opinion, I didn't expect it to go as high as it did. What did it peak at? A little over 8 cents. And I was expecting a big pullback down to like 2, possibly 1 cent. Remember, I'm not a trader. I don't know, not financial advice. I am a horrible trader. I just don't do it because I always lose. But anyway, you know, if you are a trader, good on you. But I think what's also going on is people are buying into raptoreum, but instead of selling it, yes, the profits are going up. They're thinking more long term, and they're also thinking smart nodes. So once you do lock it up, then you know you can't sell it. Yes, you can pull it out. So there may be a potential at the end of a month. There could be, you know, a decent sellout depending if people want to take profits, because at the end of the month you can do a withdrawal request and pull that raptoreum out of the node. But for the long term, getting free raptoreum just for having it on the smart node, I think a lot of people are probably doing that, which means there won't really be much of a pullback when it comes to actually selling, because everyone's locking it away and getting that, you know, it's the APR percentage is really high right now. So right now you can see we are coming down a little bit. Here's my current stats. So it shows I have 453. Let me make sure you guys can see it. Yeah, So I got 453,200 raptoreum in the smart node as collateral. Every day it is building up. Right now I have 282. That's because I just got a payout. I've been totally rewarded from smart nodes since I started, so a little over a month. 21,987 raptoreum. Now I can just click through it and it'll give you all the prices. We're gonna go over the blockchain right quick here. If you guys did not see my video, I explain all this, a little better than what I'm doing now in live. But here you can see they have 488 smart nodes number. There's a total of 480. There's 460 active. Total locked amount of RTM. There's 595 million raptoreum in smart nodes right now. That's how much raptoreum is locked away and circulating supply. You can see your percentage here. Collateral, this is what I was talking about. This is how much each node needs to have in order to run. And then your daily rewards right here goes around. So daily ROI 0.13%. So every day you will gain, that's under percent, not 1%. It's 0.13% daily ROI. So whatever you put in there, that's how much you're getting every day. If you add all these numbers up, they equal the same amount. So per week, you're getting 0.88%. Per month, you're getting 3.76%. So you're already over Ethereum 2.0. Like, obviously, that's a way stronger network and everything, but it's like at what, 3 to 4% for the year. We're at 3.76% for the month and a yearly ROI. So your rate on return investment of what you have in there per year, you'll be getting 45.7% of that back. That's high. That is a nice output. So my smart nodes, when you click on here, it tells you exactly where all your raptoreum is. So most of mine is when I first sent that huge chunk in number 87. I sent little ones, so 6% of it in this, 2% in this one, and then my payments. So my payments here on the right hand side, I'll move my screen over a little bit. So today was payout day. You got my amounts per pool. So like my big one, my big node here, I got 2920 raptoreum out of that, 620 out of the other one. Oh, and I just clicked on it and it changed everything over. No satoshis. 620.41 of that one, and 189.51 raptoreum out of that small one. I added it all up, and that is this Sunday. I got paid out 3,729.96 raptoreum this morning. That's what I got. That's almost a solo block reward, because I think the block rewards are 3,750 or something like that. 3,750 if you were to solo mine a block. So that's like a solo block every Sunday that I'm getting. That's pretty insane. Imagine if this hit $1. I wouldn't be pulling this out. I could sell that and make, well, $3,750 every Sunday if raptoreum did hit $1. Is it going to hit $1? We have no idea. It's crypto. Anything can happen next year, next couple of years. Hopefully this coin does see a lot of potential gain. So I just wanted to run through there. That is what I actually got to my smart nodes. Now, if I go to the price here and actually look what that is right now, a little over 5.5 cents here. Adjust my screen again for you guys. I know it's all white, hard to see. Sorry about that. Really hard on the eyes. So 37.29.96. That's 210 USD this week. So I got that this morning. I'm going to go to Canadian funds for all my Canadian friends. That's $264 just from having it in the smart node. That means that's none of my power, no power. That's 100% profit, nothing deducted coming out of that when you do that to the smart nodes. Now, again, I'm probably just going to send this right back in there. I'll probably do that next few months because I'd really like to get a nice bank, stack up, 1 or 2 million coins. But it is getting a lot harder to mine as we go about all this. So I just wanted to run through the smart nodes right there. So you guys had a quick rundown. Again, check out the video. I have all the information better explained than what I just did here. What website is this? That inodes.com. I'll put a link to it if you guys want it. Here, give me a second. I'll just go to inodes.com here. I'm going to make a new one actually, so this stays with my account and everything. inodes.com. Okay, hold on. Copy. There we go. So I'm going to put a link if you guys want, inodes.com. Remember, right click it. If you just click on it, you'll probably leave the stream. So that's inodes.com if you do want to stake your raptoreum. The minimum required to stake is 1,000. I guess I could run through your onboarding address and everything right now, but again, everything is in that video. I have a complete how to use that thing right there in a previous video that I have done. But yeah, everything will pay itself off just from doing that. You think one rig will pay itself off within 6 months or less? It depends on the price. If you bought your rig, last week or something, you probably, if the prices stay as is, you're going to ROI that rig in probably under 2 months is a rough estimate right now. Again, I'm going to do another video. I'm going to look at all the numbers. All the prices are starting to get inflated. Scalpers are starting to take control of CPUs and everything. It's insane, like crazy. We're going to look through some Amazon prices and everything right soon. Maybe we can try to do a quick ROI calculation, see what it could potentially look like. But again, the profits, you know, it's hard to really tell. Every day it is drastically changing because there's a whole bunch of hash rate coming in, there's a whole bunch coming off. So it's really hard to judge unless, you know, we go into our wallet, do a calculation, see exactly what we're making per day. Why should we mine RTM to Raptor Core wallet versus an exchange wallet? Well, what do you mean by exchange wallet? Now, if you're speaking of an exchange, I will show you something right now that Raptoreum guys just pointed out. Where's their announcements? News. Right here. Can you guys see this? News. Oh, you guys can't really see that. I'll move that screen up. Oh, no, stop. Failure. I'm failing. So, look at this right here. Big shout out to everyone on the Raptoreum Discord. Do not mine to an exchange wallet. So that probably answers your question right there. None of the exchanges we are listed on accept that form from users. Blank, I'm not saying, you know, it's kind of negative towards you guys. Well, not you guys, but, you know, whoever's doing whatever. Like you are why we cannot have nice things. I just spoken to 2 of our exchange partners and told them the team fully supports whatever decisions they make regarding this type of thing that they're doing. So recommended, do not mine to an exchange wallet. Use Raptoreum Core, use Zell Core, you know, something like that, because it's not recommended. Exchanges aren't really secure. They can get hacked, whatever, all the time. So it's always recommended to go to, you can go to Zell Core or your wallet, or iKnows has that onboarding address. I guess I should have ran through that so you guys have an idea what I'm talking about there. So you know what, if you just go to here in the top left corner, you click up here and you will have addresses, which will bring up, here's your personalized onboarding address. Once you sign in, you can either use Discord or your a Google Auth authenticator. They just added the Google Auth, but once you pick one, don't go back and forth because it'll kind of mix and match and everything's, because it is in beta, so things could get messed up. So once you pick either Discord or Google Authenticator, only stick with that one when you start using this, but when you first sign up. But here is, everyone will have their own personal address here. You copy this and you can mine to this, no problem, 100%. And every time you hit at least 1,000 Raptoreum, when they go to load a node, when there's enough address that has that 1.25 million ready to load up, they will take all the funds out, throw it in the node, and you're set to go. And then you will have all the information that I just showed you across what node you're in and everything across here. And you can set your different payout addresses. If you do want to cash out, I'll show you that as well. Here's the withdrawal. And right now, like, you can just put in, say I want to cash out 200,000. Let's go 200,000. I want it for this end of this month. So end of November, you can pick up to 3 months in advance here. So end of November, put in your address where you want to withdraw, and then, you know, pretty much bam, you're set to withdraw this amount. Now I am not doing this because I'm gonna move this out of the way before something happens. And you can also, instead of getting paid out to an address every month, you can just get it to go straight back into your onboarding address again. So like you said, compound staking, you click your compound staking, set a percentage that you want. So I'll just do that right quick. Say I want half of it to my wallet and half of it to go right back to the node. You'd set it to 50% here, hit save. It'll send half your rewards that you got from the node to your wallet, and the other half will go into your onboarding address to be sent right back to the node. So this is another thing you can do here. There's a lot of interesting stuff. This is a really nice advanced way to run the node system. So I threw that out there as well. So you can mine to this. It is totally fine to mine to this 100%. So keep that in mind. Also, back to the original question, exchanges, not very secure. They're there to transfer to it, do your transaction, and get out of there. It's not there to hold any type of crypto. So keep that in mind. Stingy 38, thank you for the 20 NOK donation. Oh, my phone's going crazy. Sorry about that. Got alerts and all this stuff. Thank you for the $20 donation. Can you please show me a picture of a bag of chips? What? A bag of chips? Why do you want to see a bag of chips? I have to run upstairs. I don't even know if we have a bag of chips. So I'm sorry. I can try to get one potentially maybe next weekend. I'll try to have a bag of chips ready for you. You just try to see like what the Canadian chips look like or something. I'm sorry. That's kind of funny. Okay, what do we got on? We got some ats here. Okay, they're probably around mine. Why should we mine? Okay, we just went through that question right on. I'm caught up. Oh wow, 1000 RTM. That's much lower than I was expecting. Any risk minimum to run a node that could go up over time? Yeah, 1000 is really cheap. Originally, when I first sent it, it was a lot harder to do. You had to send it to a certain address, then you had to message the guy that was running everything, and now they have this app which makes it easier. But originally, to send it to a node, you needed at least 10,000 raptoreum, and then it went down to 5,000. Now with the beta release of the app I just showed you on the website, I think eventually down the road, it will be available for iPhone as well as Android, so that'll make it even easier to keep track of everything. But yeah, now it is down to only 1,000 raptoreum, so very easy. It allows more people to actually invest in the smart node itself. Any risk that the minimum to run a node could go up over time? Yes. Like I said, when nodes first started, it was 500,000 raptoreum. Then they upgraded to 800,000. Now they're up to 1.2. Next time it's probably 1.5 million. It could go up to 2 million. Again, I'm not sure. As more people start going into the nodes, and as the nodes grow, the ROI, the percentage you get back, slowly does drop, just like every other proof of stake type of mechanism out there. But yes, the nodes will have to grow. So if you plan on running your own node, and in 2 or 3 months time, when it does require a collateral increase, you're going to have to keep that in mind. And depending on the price, it could get very expensive to actually buy those coins for you to do that. So yes, there is potential for it all to go up in the future every couple months. But keep in mind, as it does that, that means the number of nodes drops down, but they get bigger and stronger. So it's just adding strength to that background security of the network. SBAG, Rabid Mining, please can you tell me how to drop the temps down on a CPU currently using a Ryzen 9 3900X? So Malcolm SBAG, what are your overclock settings to start with? I run 3.6 gigahertz all-core overclock at 1 volt. Now this keeps temperatures fairly low. Like, let's just take a look at my rigs right here. You guys see all this? I'm gonna switch my screen so you guys can see some stuff here. All right, I gotta move it over here. All right, so let's take a look. Rig 1, rigs, actually let's go rig 5 because these are on the stock coolers. So I'm only running 51 degrees on that. That's pretty good. Rig 1, 42 degrees. Now these ones have NHD 15 coolers and you couldn't even see that. Sorry. So rig 1 here, 42 degrees are on all my CPUs right across the board. You can see here, that is running an NHD 15 cooler. So that's why that's really cool. But let's say rig 4 again, this is the stock cooler. 50 degrees. Rig 6 stock cooler 53, stock cooler rig 7 50. So you can see 50 to 53 is what my temperatures are. 51, so we are under 55 Celsius across the board on all my rigs, and I'm only using the stock cooler, and I am running efficiently as well. Now I also did a test. If you guys were with me in the live stream yesterday when I was actually trying to put together this rig, which I didn't even know if we could get it running, but we did. I'm glad it did not work. I'm only running 1 stick of RAM in it, and I got a very interesting thing. Last night I was a guest with Chump Change XD on his live stream. I just kind of want to show you some results which happened because of this. So I did some benchmarking, and here's rig 7. I'm gonna put that here, and here's rig 8. So rig 7 is 1 single stick of RAM. Rig 8 is 2 single sticks of RAM. Now look at this. This is insane. I'm gonna adjust this so you guys can see what I'm, oh, wrong one. All right, I'm gonna get this nice and big so you guys can see everything. Okay, rig 7's on the left here. Look at your average expected average hash rate. Now when you run the benchmarking on Raptoreum, it does the last week and a half to 2 weeks, last 100 and some blocks, and gives you the average hash rate that you would have got throughout all those blocks, depending on the algorithms and everything it hits. So this is the average hash rate it would have had for the past 2 weeks on everything. 3.324 kilohash or 138.5 hashes per thread. Okay, that's not too bad. That is with 1 stick of RAM. Look at 2 sticks. Right here, 2 sticks. So 3.3. Look at the difference of this to average. 3.324, 3.375. So what is that? That's like what? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's like 50 hashes. That's it. 50 hashes. You can cut your rig cost down RAM wise by 50% of your RAM by only using 1 stick. So example, this RAM I use is about $160 with shipping and everything per rig for 2 sticks. Well, that 160, divide that by 2. You can now, that 160, you can use on 2 rigs, 1 stick in each rig. So you can divide that between 2 rigs because the difference that it made in performance is not worth throwing that extra stick in there. And there you go, 140.64 hashes per thread. So the gain, very, very, very small. Like what is that? 1.5 hashes per thread increase on running 2 sticks over 1. That is very, very interesting. I'm glad that motherboard actually did not work well for me because I would not have known this if it didn't. I decided, okay, I'm going to keep it tuning. I'm going to let it go. Then I'm going to do a test on it to see how it's actually hashing. And this is what I found out. And yeah, if you want to build more rigs, start splitting your RAM up. You do not need 2 sticks inside of your rigs. Okay, let's get back into here. Can you please show? Okay, scroll down. I read that again. I can't stop. Bought more CPUs and I blame you. Anonymous miner, what are you doing? Are you FOMOing? I'm just bugging you. But yeah, I know. I'm trying to look too, but it's really hard to find CPUs right now. Very, very hard. Rabid Mining mismatch, so I had a full tune kit. Remember, if you're trying to ask me a question or something, please at me, super chat me, you know, something so it does get my attention. Because there's a lot of chat going on right now, and if I miss it, I'm sorry, but the little highlighting things definitely, you know, pops to the eyeballs. Boom. I have a video about getting 300% a day crypto mining. Look for my nickname in the search. Okay, okay, so I think you're spamming. So this is a non-legit here, right here. So I'm gonna have to, I don't know what to do here. That. All right, so that guy's stuff's hidden. He's still spamming away. All right, okay. Scrolling back up here. Anonymous miner. Did I miss anyone? Oh, Maxwell Spock. Oh, my chat is jumping all over this place. I don't know where I am. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get to your questions. Rabid Mining, is buying CPUs right now worth it, even if Raptoreum loses profitability in the future? Do you think there will be other proof-of-work coins for CPUs? There are a lot of proof-of-work CPU coins out there. It's not CPUs are not mainstream like they used to be. If you are new to crypto mining, the whole crypto mining thing started with a CPU. Bitcoin, when it very first came out, it was being mined on a CPU. That was the only way to mine it. And then people figured out how to get a GPU miner on it. Then it was CPU mineable. And then now, you know, as we know, we got the ASICs and everything that came out. That's the best way to mine a coin if they're new and up to date and ready for it. Those are the most efficient ways. And now the network of Bitcoin is flooded with ASICs. It's not worth mining on a CPU, GPU, anything. It doesn't mean you can't do it. You can get, you know, very small hash rate on it, and it's extremely inefficient. So ASICs are the way to go to Bitcoin, and the whole mining space started with a CPU. There are a lot of other coins out there right now, XMR being one of them. It's very popular, but not very profitable at the time. There's Veruscoin, there's Haven. There's a lot of coins out there. I can't name them all, but there's over 50 or 60 CPU mineable coins out there, and people are starting to make them for CPUs again, which is good. So yes, there's different potential coins you can swap your CPU to. As for Raptoreum in general, the devs are very active. They're running around. They're always looking for exchanges to get listed on. They're always trying to do their own fundraising. They're not like other coins. Like, they don't have massive amounts of Raptoreum banked in their pocket. It's not like other coins where, you know, the devs kept a whole bunch and then distributed a bunch and then, you know, maybe they rug pull later on. Raptoreum devs and stuff, they didn't keep a big chunk of them. Everything was, there was no pre-mining, no nothing. It just started with the mining. There's no deep pockets in there. So the fear of a rug pull isn't really there because they don't really have the coins to rug pull with, if that makes sense to you. Also, like get back to what I was talking about, they're trying to be, you know, extremely active, making the coin better and better. Next year, middle of next year in their roadmap, hopefully smart contracts will be added. I can't remember if they're going to be adding NFTs or anything, but you know, the next few years, ride it along, because right now we could potentially, we see this 8 cents pump here, but you know what, that could be nothing compared to next year or the year after. So hold on to the Raptoreum and see what could happen at the moon here. How do I show other channels then welcome in your Discord? Maxwell Spock, you should have a CAPTCHA to fill out. If you can't see it, you should get a DM message, private message, and to fill out that CAPTCHA. If you don't get it, try leaving and coming back. If it doesn't work after a couple times, then just send me a message and I can see what I can try to do for you. So I'm sorry you are having issues with that right now. Anonymous miner, average price of a 3900X for me is now 550. I can get 5950X at 740. What do you think? I'm opted to purchase the 5950X. Again, yes, depending where you are, 5950Xs, 3950Xs are starting to look more price to performance better than the 3900Xs because they're starting to be, like I said, scalped out and everything by everybody. So depending where you live, it might be a better option, but still, if you can find a used deal or something, I'd still prefer that over paying MSRP for a CPU at this time. Again, next week, week after, it could be a totally different story. Things are changing drastically. Is it, you can get a 5900 for 525? I don't know. Is that USD though? Mr. Zeta, is that USD or Canadian? If that's Canadian, I'd be all over. If that's USD, that's about $600-700 Canadian, which would be putting the 3950X looking a little more better in the price range. How many workers are you using on how many rigs? How many workers I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 9 rigs here in Hive OS. And then I also got 1 in Windows over there. So I got 10 dedicated rigs plus the workstation, which isn't on all the time because I'm live streaming, I'm making videos and everything else on it. So it's part-time mining. And that is a 5950X in my workstation. And then I got 2 3950Xs and the rest are all 3900Xs. Okay, Mark Sugar. Rabid Mining. I tried to mine last night on my 1 rig. I only got about 133 hashes per second, average 316 on an FX 820 or 8320. I'm not sure what CPU that is. It's either an older one or a laptop. Best bet is to look at the thread, look at the cores, look at the threads, and figure out how much L3 cache is on that CPU. Remember, Raptoreum does require 2 megabytes of L3 cache per thread of the CPU, so you might only be using a few threads or hardly any threads depending on the CPU. I'm not very familiar with that one in particular, so sorry, I can't really answer that question that great. You should test solo mining Veruscoin. It's not as profitable as Raptoreum, but it's close. Hey Adam, I've thought about solo mining other coins. I've thought about potentially trying to solo mine Raptoreum right now, but it's luck versus profits. Like, is it worth it? Again, it would be a nice test to try out, but at the same time, solo mining is always luck based. Doesn't really matter on your hash rate unless you got a like a massive farm. But yeah, Bob84 Gaming. There will be the first RTM millionaire once RTM hits 1 cent. Hits 0.1, so 10 cents. It's the richest wallet on Raptoreum. I believe iNode's guy said 2 days ago Raptoreum made a few people millionaires. As far as I know, supposedly a couple people became it a few days ago, so I'm not sure. Because remember, people have multiple wallets. I got multiple wallets, and I imagine other people have multiple wallets as well. But yeah, that'd be definitely sweet. Couple years time, imagine if Raptoreum, what if it hit $5? What if it hit $10? Wow, how insane that would be. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I have no idea. Not financial advice. Remember that. Oh, my buddy's roof's helping him with antenna blasting Rabid on the speakers. FC, you always got me on the speaker somewhere, don't you? JT traveling. Last I checked, my local micro center is $499 for a 5900. I think they had 10 in stock. That's USD. 10 in stock. Bet you if you check it now, they're probably gone. No, I'm just kidding. It's probably not that fast, but you know what I mean. Magic Lucky, when people post overclocks on Ryzen Masters, should I assume these are all dedicated CPU rigs? I only have rigs that need to be simultaneously GPU mined. I am not sure, because when people post overclocks, they could be talking about gaming. I don't know if they're it depends what the kind of thread you're at or where you ask the question, because it could be gaming overclocks, it could be any overclocks. But for I said myself, I run 3.6 all core 1 volt on the 3900X all the way up to the 5950X. So that same thing does work. Actually, in my current rigs, I got 2 rigs that I am testing 3.8 at 1 volt. So far, they seem stable. Power seems not too bad, but I'm not really noticing too much of a hash rate difference. But I am taking down the numbers. I'm going to be finding out my average wattage and everything, and obviously releasing all that information to you guys sometime in the future. And then after that, I want to try 3.9. I want to try 4. See if I can find the exact perfect number to tune in. But right now, I do prefer 3.6. Give financial advice. No, I don't do that. I'm sorry. Can't do it. Disclaimer, not financial advice. So could you add to the rig? Is it going? Oh, to all you members out there, I do have to point some out. Members, I know we've been talking about the member only giveaway. If you guys are new to the channel and unaware of it, there is 100 USD worth of Bitcoin giveaway going out to all the valuable members of the channel. The members of the channel, you know, if you see that fancy join function in the bottom right corner of any of my video or the live stream, you know, you'll have the option to pay a monthly fee to become a member. And then I try to give background information throughout the week that only members can see, you know, an info I get, hardware I get, you know, something I'm working on, whatever, whenever I do get it. So it is background information to people, but an anonymous member did come forward to, you know, promote. He's going to give away 100 USD worth of Bitcoin to a member only. I have the video posted, only members can see it. So I've been saying last week I was going to do the draw, and it's just been since Raptoreum took off, and then, you know, videocards.com and all these other bloggers started listing me. And now I've been getting emails and everything all over the place, Discord messages, you know, comments, everything. So I've been extremely busy. So I am going to get that giveaway done sometime this week, I promise you. So if you're not a member and you want to get in on that, be sure to become a member. And make sure you check out that video that I did post last week, so that because I'm going to be random comment picking on that video, and you only can see that if you are a member. So I want to point that out to you members out there. That giveaway is coming this week. Rabid Mining is a 7800X good. Well, Ryzen 7 5800X, it is it'll be hash about the same as a 3700X. 3700X, 5700X, they all hash the same because they're 8 cores, 16 threads with enough RAM to, you know, run a 16 thread. So they're all gonna hash the same amount. Seb Chaps, what's going on? Oh, we got Mr. Fireman chump change going on there. Lighten it up. Lighten it up. Oh my gosh, so many questions. What's happening? Have you gotten a chance to play on an Epic 7701 series? Oh my gosh. No, I wish. I've been emailing AMD every day for, not every day, but twice a week for probably a month straight, ever since I first started mining like Raptoreum and stuff. And I get the same auto reply messages all the time. Sorry, we're not looking for a YouTube sponsorship, blah, 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 blah. But I keep going on, and, you know, they don't reply to me. So maybe I need to find a different contact. I have no idea. I would really love to get my hands on a Threadrippers, like the newer ones, the 3970X, the 3990X, the Epics, all that stuff, because I would really love to test those things out. But you know what? I can't afford it. So, you know, if you guys want to mass spam email AMD so I can, you know, tell them to send me some stuff, that'd be awesome. Or if, you know, if someone out there is like, you know, a major rich, what is that? A philanthropist? I don't even know how to say that. If any of you guys out there are one of those, you know, feel free to donate that I can go out there and purchase something maybe and test it. But yeah, as it goes, I cannot afford any of those types of CPUs for testing. But I definitely wish I could. Sparky, thank you for becoming a valuable member to the Wolfpack community. Dream Crypto Mining at Rabid Mining. Intel CPU will be so cheap when the new AMD CPUs will come out. Yeah, the new ones are very interesting. Now, when it comes to Raptoreum mining and stuff, I don't think they're going to perform any better, but they are supposed to be adding an extra 15 to 20% L3 catch on top of them. So it's pretty much the current gen, but like they're gonna have 2 releases next year, I think, at the beginning and the end. And the first one coming out is the 6000 series CPUs. Crypto Dave 97, thank you for becoming another valuable member of the Rabid's Den. Nice. Went to a middle ground updated version. So what's going on there is the beginning of the year, something, I think the 6000 series CPUs, they're going to be the same as the 3000, the 5000, but they're going to have more L3 catch in it. So it's not really going to affect your RTM performance too much. You might get a bit more hash rate, but you are going to notice a bigger difference when you drop into coins like Haven, which is XHV. If you've ever used Monero Ocean or something in the past with your CPU, you know that when you're profit switching there, it does all its, you know, benchmarking and everything. Haven becomes, you know, it's usually mining Haven most of the time because it's it's the most profitable coin on that platform, and you're getting paid out in XMR. But it uses 5 megabytes of L3 catch per thread on the CPUs. So a 3900X as well as a 3950X are only using 16 threads out of their 24 or 32 that they should be doing based on that. So the increase in L3 catch that they're doing, you're going to see more performance on Haven across, you know, the 6900 and 6950X version of the CPU. So you're going to see a way bigger boost on a coin like Haven, which will make it probably fairly profitable on those CPUs, and you're going to see a minimal boost on Raptoreum. Again, I don't know 100% sure how it'll work out till, you know, we actually try the CPUs out. But based on just the specs itself, that's how I'm looking how those new CPUs will play out. Now, I don't know what they're doing for later on in the year, because that's when they actually plan on doing their generation next gen type of CPUs. End of next year, maybe early year after. And I don't know any specs, no leaks or anything really on those ones yet. But I am hoping so for, you know, more L3 catch, obviously, hopefully more threads or more cores or something across those. But again, it's way too early to decide what they're actually doing with those CPUs. Okay, so hope that kind of answered that question there. MCW, Rabid Mining, what is the cheapest raptoreum exchange? Like, oh, are you trying to do like an arbitrage? Is that what we're talking about? Where if you are unfamiliar with an arbitrage, I don't even know if that's what you mean. I don't know, because I never go to the exchanges. I don't follow them because I don't plan on selling it. So exchange wise, I don't know. If you want to look at all the exchanges, go to raptoreum.com. That will give you a list of the exchanges. But if you're talking about like an arbitrage type of thing that you're meaning here, so what that does mean is exchanges constantly, especially with these smaller type of coins, they all could have a potentially different price, right? So if you go to one that has raptoreum at the lowest amount, you could technically go there, buy a bunch, and then, you know, another exchange could have it listed, you know, a half a cent, a quarter cent or something more. You can quickly do a quick sell there and, you know, make a little bit of a profit. So that's called an arbitrage. That was really, really popular when DeFi first came out, because everything was getting hammered all over the place and exchanges were going crazy. Like nothing knew what to do. Nothing would keep up with prices. Some were delayed. So people were, you know, doing a lot of quick trades very, very fast and making, you know, a lot of cash because of it. Dual mining on CPU. They don't really make dual. No, what are they called? Dual CPUs for the decent Ryzen processor. That's the issue. The Epics, the server grade ones, yes, they do, but again, very, very expensive. But also, I don't know how well they'll perform. I don't know if there's limitations within the motherboard of all that RAM talking to the separate chips. Now, I don't know, maybe they run, like, I haven't had experience with them, so I can't really say. So if they actually have, you know, one bank for one CPU of the RAM and another bank for the other, then it may be viable to do that. But as for voltage changing and all that other stuff, I really have no idea. Dual mining in general with a dual socket motherboard for CPUs looks like an amazing idea. That's what servers do. That's how they run, you know, the big servers. But when it comes to like, they don't have the motherboards for like the 5900X, the 3900X. It is only for those expensive like Intel Xeons or the, what are they called? The AMD Epics. Like they are made for those. But again, the price of those CPUs are just phenomenal. Why do you use Zelcore? Well, you talk to someone else. Well, I use Zelcore myself to just so I can keep track of my Raptoreum smart nodes income. Now, that was before the app was released. The app shows you everything right now, but I still like to have it going somewhere separately. That way, and then I just move it out to wherever I want to go, which is usually right back into a smart node to keep increasing that for an extra yields at the end of each week. I'm crying over here. Albatross. Did I butcher that name? I'm totally saying it wrong. I know it, aren't I? There's albatross. That's more like, you know, the golfing thing. Where was that, like 3 under par or something? Oh my gosh. Arbitrage. Rage. Alba Rage. Okay. Rabid SMS. What? I saw Epic 755 on eBay with around $300 from China. 32 cores, 64 threads. Yeah, that's a nice one. 64. See that? There's the kicker. Nagamin. See, you have 64 megabytes of L3 cache. Yes, it's a 32 core, 64 thread CPU, but that 64 megabytes is the same amount in a 3950X and a 5950X, and it maxes out at their 32 thread limit. So you will not be using all 64 of those threads. You'll be limited to half that CPU when it comes to Raptoreum. Keep that in mind when you're looking at stuff like that. Make sure you look at the L3 cache and divide it by 2 to see how many cores or threads you can maximize on it. I don't know how many times I got the answer. LOL. AMA equals ask me anything. Yeah. Oh, someone kept asking you that? Okay, yeah. AMA equals ask me anything. So like, you have a question, at me, super chat me, do whatever you got to do, and you know, ask away. RTM is on Zelcore. Yes, Mr. Steal. Oh my gosh, he is no longer stealing blocks. He is stealing all your helium. What's going on, Mr. Steal your helium? Yeah, but yeah, Zelcore is okay. Look, I'll show you right now. Look at. Now you guys can hack into me. Look at this. You guys know my login. Just kidding, it goes by a DAT file. I think that's the wrong password. Okay, let me see here. Is this the right password? I think so. It's like 25 digits. All right, so yeah, here's my Raptoreum. Here you can see my, actually, can you see that? Let me adjust my screen here for you guys. Make sure we can hear everything. Okay, so yeah. So here's my November 14th. I did get these 3 transactions in today, and that is for what I got from Smart Nodes. So here I have a total of 3786 sitting in here. Later on today, I'll just be sending this straight onto my onboarding address, then going right back to the node. But I do like to let it get sent here so I can actually see what I got out. So yeah, it is 100% in Zelcore. But keep in mind, Chump Change dropped that video the other day. It disappeared for a little while anyway, but it did come back. So if you get freaked out or something like, oh, where'd all my Raptoreum go? Just be patient. Hopefully it comes back. Let's see this million. 011 rejects me. Box fan, what are you doing? How is it rejecting you? What's your rig name? It's probably a rig name issue. That is the most common issue when it comes to our mining pool, which is right here. Bam. You guys probably can't see that. Let me go to full screen mode. There you go. Whoa, it's all whacked out. There we go. Just adjust. So there's my rigs going. Wow, there's no dark mode yet. The admin is working on the dark mode, but you got to make sure your rig names are like this. So like you can see rig 6, rig 9, rig 4. You cannot have any underscores, backslashes, anything like that in your rig name. It has to be letters or numbers only, all together, no spaces. So examples I'm showing here: Rabid Mining WS, Rabid Mining Workstation, rig 8, rig 3, rig 1, rig 7, rig 10, rig 5. Rigs all over the place. So those are what you do gotta kind of watch out for. Fix your rig name, and I'm pretty much guaranteeing you it will start working. When are we grabbing? I don't know. I'm never around down there. I got to talk to HUD 8 again because I'm supposed to be touring their facility, but I haven't heard from them for like a month or 2, so I don't know what's going on. Does 011 pool need a password in HPC? No, you don't need a password in anything. What do you think about Flux Crypto? Flux, they did increase. Flux has been fairly profitable lately. You got the extra fees and everything, and adding mining pool stats. Like, let's just take a quick peek at that. Let's go to what to mine right quick and see what it's looking like. Let's go to our 3090. No, because why not? 3090 to 3090. They're a beast. $8.65. Looks like Flux is coming down a little bit, but it's still very profitable. $5.94 before power, $5.25. They have increased extra fees on top of this. And if you do use, what is it, mining pool? I believe it's mining pool. Let me check out mining pool stats here. Mining pool stats. Oh my god, I gotta learn how to spell, guys. Mining pool stats. Flux. Hit Flux. I just gotta make sure I get the right pool right. Miner pool stats, stream, Flux. Wow, miner pool took first. So yeah, miner pool is the one I was trying to tell you about. They have increased rewards on top of the rewards. So I use this pool for Ravencoin and stuff as well. It's a great pool. Obviously, that UI pretty much tells you anything you ever do need to know about anything. It has every single thing you need to know. But they do have a incentive here. Now I can't see it on here. Maybe I should just find my Ravencoin address. Miner pool, just so I can kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. But yeah, so you can mine Flux on here. I don't really know too much about Flux, but it's totally 100% profitable. Extra blockchains, you got sideways rewards or something happening on there. Can't remember the full thing, and now I can't find my link to where my Ravencoin actually is. Here we go. Here you can see your uptime, and then you get your weekly progress, but they also pay extra coins. So example, this is for Ravencoin, the same thing as on Flux, because Flux, you get the increased rewards. Now this pool also stacks extra rewards on top of that, so essentially you'll be getting more than what the mine is even telling you you're going to be getting. So you can see your uptime. If you have, here's a 10 extra Raven per 100 mega hash of Ravencoin that you do get on this pool. Now I only have like, what is it, 30 mega hash, 33 mega hash, so I'm not at that. But if you were mining Ravencoin and you moved here and you had at least, so say you had 200 mega hash of Ravencoin hash power, you came over here, you'd be getting an extra 20 Ravencoins per day just for mining on here and becoming a loyal miner. So this is a pretty cool pool. And in Flux, it's just taken off on Flux. A lot of people are loving the way they do their payouts, their dashboard, everything. It's great. But Flux as a whole coin, I do not know too much about it, but it does look extremely profitable, passing Ethereum at times. But right now, Raptoreum is technically probably one of the most profitable cryptos you can mine today. Well, maybe Helium, according to Steal Your Blocks. Steal Your Helium. He's a Helium machine. I have 0 Helium miners, and I do not know how, so I don't know much about that network at all. I've not dived into it yet. How do you power 2 CPUs from 1 ATX PSU? Kathleen, I'm sorry, I'm bad with names. Sarvananen. So you can use like those 2 PSU type of ordeals. You can find the ones now. Don't get them mixed up with the ones that are just there to turn on your PSU. You got to make sure you have the proper power connectors going to both. Chump Change has he displayed them on his channel actually. I can't remember the complete name of them, but you can it'll hook into one and it'll actually split off to 2 24 pins. Now I don't really recommend, you know, running 2 motherboards and stuff off a single ATX, but you know, it can be done. CPU mining, if running efficient, doesn't really use too much power, so it may be fairly safe. Mr. Steal Your Helium, we did 300 HNT so far in 2.5 months. Nice. What is Helium worth right now? What is Helium worth? Helium price. Helium price. 300 Helium and 2.5 price. Market cap, CoinGecko, Helium. So let's check out 300 Helium. What is that worth? Move my thing around. 300. Am I seeing that right? No way. Is that? Okay, I'm gonna go to Canadian funds now. Wow. Is it Helium? 2.5 months you made that much? Oh wow, Helium is insane. Oh, I need one of those miners. Look at that, $16,011 in 2.5 months. You got a massive amount of Helium miners though, but still, that is an insane amount of profit right there. Okay, so yeah, Helium is pretty good, guys. Look at that. Helium is pretty good. that's pretty crazy. It's over 50 bucks a coin. Oh my gosh, that's nuts. Nice. Can't calculate ROA. Hash rate keeps diving and price keeps going up. Yeah, price up, price down, hash rate up, hash rate down. Everything's crazy right now. 60-ish in Canadian. That's insane. Wow, I did not know Helium was like doing so good. Obviously it is. I know Mr. Steal Your Helium now has been, you know, doing a lot of Helium mining yet, but I have yet to even try one, and looks like I'm potentially missing out on this whole operation. What is the difficulty and why does it go up or down? Okay, so Neo Real Arcade Game Emulator for DirectX. That's quite the name you got there, but welcome to the channel. So what is difficulty? I'm gonna take this, you know, it works all same way across every coin, but so there's a block reward. Let's take Ethereum, for example. A block can be found every 15 seconds. And then, you know, depending on the hash rate, depends how fast the block is found. So as the more hash rate comes in, obviously that block will be found faster and faster. So the difficulty increases to keep the block times the same amount of time. So that means it makes it harder and harder to actually find those blocks. So as you have a whole bunch of more hash rate coming in, then that difficulty is going up. And then everyone's fighting harder and harder to get that reward, which brings yields across all the coins down. So say same thing. Brandon Bell, thank you for becoming a loyal Wolfpack member, much appreciated. And so what happens here is, like, say prime example, early last summer 380 mega hash on Ethereum was yielding 1.2 Ethereum per month. Now the difficult, that was at like 200 hash rate. There's 200 terahash on the network, and now we're over 850. 1 gigahash, which is 1000 mega hash, is getting less than 0.5 Ethereum per month. So that's what that difficulty does. The more and more hash rate that comes in, you know, the block times always stay the same. So everyone's fighting harder and harder to win them blocks over, get those rewards, and the yields of each block goes down across every miner. So hope that kind of explained it to you a little bit there. Boxfine, as miners join, the difficulty is increased. It also means number of coins mined goes down. Yeah, it drops your yield and everything down. Do you continue by GPUs and build rigs, or prices are too crazy to dive in it? I look for I don't even look for GPUs anymore. Honestly, I don't. It's not worth it. 2-3 times the price of what they are. Yes, it's worth it if you have money and stuff. You know, you're obviously not hashing away if you don't have them. But I just stand in line. I wait once a month. I try to find a Best Buy drop, wait in line, freeze to death, whatever, for one GPU at MSRP. That's how I slowly build, because no matter what, I'm missing out on potential profits from not getting those GPUs earlier from scalpers and stuff as they went up. But you know what? I refuse to pay a scalper. It's just marketing and everything. I just won't do it. So in my mind and my morals, I just stay in line. I wait for MSRP. I get everything as cheap as I possibly can, and that drops my ROI values and stuff down as well. Obviously, if I would have went out 6-7 months ago and paid a bunch of scalpers, I'd be making a lot more money today. Yes, but I just will not pay a scalper, because as you keep paying those scalpers, they'll keep the prices high and they'll keep going higher as more people are buying them, try to even take more from you, and it's just a never-ending cycle. Do you continue to, okay, we went through that. Rather than splitting one PSU to 2 CPU rigs as an alternative, you could run one CPU rig and, for example, one 6600 XT on the same 450 watts PSU. Hope that helps. Think outside the box. Yes, you could definitely throw a GPU or something on there. If you're in Windows, that's 100% fine. Now, for myself, I use Hive OS, and that's why I do not use GPUs on my rig. So I'm going to run through this right quick with you guys. Can you guys see this? So yes, right here, you can see my rigs. So Hive OS charges $3 per GPU rig. So that's if you have at least one GPU and it's mining. If it's just sitting there idle with one GPU, then it's okay. But if you have a GPU in there and it's mining, bam, right there, $3 per month. So I recommend for that $3 per month per rig to fill it up with as many GPUs as you can, which is where you go with those 8 and 12 to 19 GPU motherboards for that $3 per month. When it comes to CPU mining, which means one idle GPU or no GPU at all, it's only 30 cents per rig. So if I was to throw one GPU in each rig, that is 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 26. So that's just $26 per month out of my rigs right here, when it's like $1 per 3. So 1, 2, 3. So right now I'm only paying $3 instead of $26 per month, just based on my CPU mining rig. So that's why I don't do it. It saves a lot of money long term running it in Hive OS. If you're in Windows though, there are no fees or anything, so you can do it no problem. Load up, most of these have 4 to 6 PCI Express slots for these motherboards, so you can have at least 4 to 6 GPUs with all these rigs. Hope that answered your question, by the way. Crypto Dave 97. I've been debating between two 3070s non-LHR versus one 3090. Which would you go for? What's the price? I'd probably go over the two 3070s, honestly, unless you're paying a stupid amount of money for them. But when it comes to power consumption and everything, the 3070 is more efficient, and you'll end up with more mega hash. Because what is it? A 3090 does about 123 mega hash, and two 3070s at 61 to 63 a piece is about 126, but you will be doing it at less power. So depending on the price, it's the better way to go. And also across all the other coins, as we know, the merge is coming. I find the 3070, according to what the mine, remember, you got to tweak the numbers a little bit, but it does look like the most efficient GPU across, like Ravencoin, Ergo, and a lot more other coins, which is what you really need to look for after Ethereum is gone and you can no longer mine it sometime middle of next year. So I would go with two 3070s over the 3090. The only reason I did get the 3090 last time is because, one, I just really wanted to test it, and two, I know it's 100% non-LHR, even though I had the choice of a 3070. But I just wanted to go. I stood in line all night. I was there for a long time. It was a little cold. I was like, hey, I'm just going to go with the most amount of mega hash, and that is your 3090. But next time I do go in, I'll be doing, probably the 3070 or 3060 Ti. Unless I can potentially get a 3080, then I might roll to that one. Again, a 3070 I still think would still be better than the 3080 long term with efficiency. Rabid, I was gonna call myself Red Panda Mining rolls in with the 3090 best GPU. So if you're unaware, Red Panda Mining bought all the 3900X CPUs, so you guys can be mad at him. And second, he just moves the zero around and he bought all the 3090 GPUs as well. So yeah, that's why you can't find nothing. Oh my gosh. What's going on, Panda? Okay, any more questions? 3070 slap. Yeah, there you go. Mr. Celio Helium, he answered that right off the bat. Smash that like. 100. Only 90 likes. Oh, I haven't done that for a while. I haven't said anything. I didn't even look at that. Yeah, what's going on, guys? 86 likes, 185 viewers. Smash that like button, guys. Oh yeah, it's going up. See, it took a little panda power to, you know, get some people riled up in here. All of the 3090s. See, all of the 3090s. All the 3090s and all the 3900Xs. Speaking of, I did want to go check out the prices. So let's go do that and see what is going on here when it comes to CPU prices right now. Are they still going up? Up and away? Let me adjust my screen for you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's look at this. Buy it again. Refresh. So, 3900X. Oh my gosh. 700. This is Canadian prices here. And I'm just like, oh my. And it has to be imported. $50 and $50.11 for shipping. So $767. This is over $800 now, guys. Wow. Can you believe it? Like, seriously, $450 to $500 was all I was paying for these previously. And now look at that. So let's take a look at that. We're over $800. What's a 50 looking at? 3950X right now. Remember, these do not come with the cooler. We have 806. It is cheaper right now if you go and slam one of these to get, what is this? $806. It's cheaper for a 3950X right now than it is to buy a 3900X. That's insane. So I'm just gonna, hold on, give me a minute here, guys. Hold on, guys, just give me a minute. So I'm just gonna go right here. Yeah. Okay, add to cart. Yeah, sounds good. Oh, how come it's not? Oh, is it gone? Did you guys just take it? View cart. One. What's going? Only one left in stock. Oh, one. Okay, one. Proceed to checkout. I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that. I was just joking, guys. I was joking. Maybe later though. I'll think about it. Yeah, look at that. It's cheaper to get a 3950X now than it is to get a 3900X. That's insane. What is going on? Wow. Scalpers. Why? Goofy, are those ones good algorithms too besides plan for F2 sometime next year? Again, who knows? We don't know what's going to happen. For all we know, at the track record of the Ethereum devs, it's probably going to be the end of the year. And then it's going to become Christmas time. They're like, oh, well, maybe the middle of the following year after that. We don't know what's going to happen. It could potentially be extended, or, they might just drop the hammer and finally do it. Things are up in the air at this point. I got my 3900X for $350 a couple months ago. I know they've been extremely cheap because they weren't on anyone's radar, but now they're on the radar, and Panda bought them all, so that doesn't help. TR 3960X are almost 2500s. I paid. Are they really? Oh my gosh, the 3970X looks like a sweet CPU. It's about the same as two 5950Xs or two 3950Xs. The 3990X is just a monster, but it doesn't really have the core speeds to potentially be, the monster that it could have been. So, but next year, Threadripper is actually supposed to be getting its first major update than it's had in the last 2 years. So I am very interested to hear what Ryzen has for their Threadrippers next year. That's going to be really interesting. But again, those things are way too expensive. I can't afford any of those. So Panda will probably be your guy to test that stuff. Oh, you bought all of them too? What? Oh my gosh. See, he just bought everything. So yeah, check out Red Panda. He'll probably be testing, the Threadrippers for you guys, because I definitely can't. I bought mine for 300 yesterday. F2. Check Memory Express in Canada, $650, cheaper than Amazon, $39. Really? Memory Express? Oh yeah, Memory Express isn't part of PC Part Picker. $650 is still pretty expensive though. $650 for a 3900X? That still hurts me. Oh, 5900X. Well, yeah, newer grade, paying for the price, but still, I don't know if I want to do that. It seems too high still, but again, he knows what these things could be $1,200 in a month. So depending what Raptoreum does, just like remember what happened with the GPU scalpers? They went up. We're like, nope. Then they went up, and they went up, and they kept going up. So right now we could potentially be seeing that same rise. So maybe $600-700 for a 3900X could be fairly cheap right now, moving into a couple months from now where they could potentially be hitting the $1,200 to $1,400 mark. That is another great possibility that could happen. It happened with GPUs. History always repeats itself, so it's very likely that that could be happening as well. Okay, what do we got here? 5900X for 500 or 5950 for 700? That's USD, so I think I probably still roll with the 5900. You do not see a massive performance boost. Like, it is only 4 cores, 8 threads. And you know what? Like, anywhere from 100 to whatever hashes per thread, the 50 version is not really, you know, a massive increase. So unless it's like around the same price, then I would upgrade to the next version up. But 650 Canadian, of course. Yep, obviously. 650 Canadian. Imagine 650 USD. Oh my gosh, it's coming though. It's definitely coming. It's almost there, isn't it? What someone just said, 500. Oh, that's 59. Yeah, 500 USD for 5900X. So yeah, technically our Canadian version, I think, is cheaper than the US version, depending where Elliot's from. Ain't 3900X and 5900X about equal? Yes, the 3900X, the 5900X, 3950, and the 5950X, they all hashed exactly the same across the majority of the CPU coins. But on Raptoreum, it is almost seeming like the 3000 series is outperforming it a little bit. Now, even mineraptoreum.com is saying that. Now, I do not have 5000 series right across the board to actually test that directly, so I cannot say for sure if it actually is or not. But I do have a 5950X in my workstation, but again, I can't test that either because it's either, you know, off streaming, playing a game, or, you know, marketing, so I can't rip it out of my workstation, throw it on a dedicated rig and have it, or I'd be down for a while across the board. Oh, shipping is very insane. I sent my dad, he only lives 2 hours away. I sent my dad a little mini 8-port switch because he needed one, and it was like 20 bucks to ship 2 hours away. I was like, what? I was like, oh my gosh, I should have canceled it, but I sent it anyway. It's like almost the same price as what it cost for him to buy one. But that's all right. I sent it to him. It was my dad. He got it for free. But yeah, shipping anywhere right now is absolutely insane. Raptoreum is another reason mining on laptops is legit. I mine Flux with 3060 at 34 mega hash. I mine Raptoreum and Chia all on the same machine at 75 watts per laptop for $947. That's pretty good. Which laptop and what's your Raptoreum hash rate on that? That's pretty good though. 3060, and you got your CPU going, and you got your Chia going for 947 total. I'm assuming that's USD as well. But yeah, I've heard mixed ratio. I've never mined on a laptop. A lot of people do, and other people say, you know, it might not be a good idea. I guess it all depends on the laptop and how it's being cooled. ROI is 145 days of purchasing 2 rigs at 1300. Jeez, that's crazy. I noticed that Red Panda mining. It sucks. That's what I get for being nice and selling this guy a 3070 Ti for MSRP. What? You sold someone a GPU for MSRP? That's insane. That's not even heard of these days. You are very nice to do that for someone though. He probably turned around and scalped it for 3 times the price. Said thank you. With a 750 watt power supply, power a mining rig with a 3900X CPU mining while mining with 2 RX 580s 8 gigs. So the 580s on ETH average about 118 watts each, and depending on your 3900X settings, I always base it on the peak power. So your peak power on that actual CPU is about, I think I've seen it as high as about 130 watts. So, but it does average, and it's been as low as 75 watts. So an average hash power consumption on it is 97, but you have to go by the peak because, you know, if everything intertwines together and you do hit that massive spike, then you could run into issues. So 130 plus 118, 118 is, let's find out here, times 2 plus 130. So you'd only be using 366 watts per se, unless you lose overclock or something. So yeah, you'd totally be fine using the 750 watt PSU for sure. Mining on my Force. Been mining laptop ETH for over 3 years, going strong. Nice, laptop mining for 3 years. That's good. I sold a few people 30 series cards for MSRP. I feel bad when gamer friends overpay for GPUs, so I always try and get them for it. Oh, nice. Well, hey, that's nice. You know, at least someone out there is helping people out, as long as the people you're helping aren't really, you know, turning around and trying to make a profit off you or something. What is the average hash rate for a 3900X and 5950X on pool? The average hash rate for a 3900X all depends on your settings as well. 3.6 all-core 1 volt, like I said on mine, is doing about 3.3. Now I've seen hash rates hit as high as 14 kilohash, as low as 1 kilohash, and the averages fluctuate anywhere from 2.8 up to 4.2 kilohash. So remember, every day is different. It is very hard to get a precise number. You can't just say it's doing this or it's doing that. If you would do a nice middle ground, I would say 3.8 plus minus, you know, a couple hundred hashes would be a nice safe average hash rate to say. I don't recommend connecting the 12 volt pins backwards on the CPU socket. I fried my only 3950X. Oh no, connecting 12 volt pins backwards. Yeah, don't ever put anything backwards. That's just bad. But yeah, that sucks that you fried your CPU. No, horrible. Is Ryzen 3600 worth it, or should I shoot for a 5900X? Well, honestly, my 7-year-old, when I built her gaming PC, now is when my channel first came back, so nobody really seen it. I think I only have like 200 views when I built that. Maybe I should link that for you guys to check it out. But I built my daughter a gaming PC, and she has it's a 3700X, which is about the same as a 36, not too far off. But I gotta see what she has now. I'm gonna check out her profits. She is currently sitting around, what is it, 99.18. I checked it the other day. Wow, I'm gonna refresh that. Is that the current price? 99.18. So she is at 551 USD for a 7-year-old. $692 my little 7-year-old has in her own personal wallet, mining off her gaming PC when she sleeps at night. That's insane. Little 7-year-old, look at that. She's also mining Ethereum and Ravencoin on her little 3060 GPU as well. So you got to count that in too. Yeah, 3700X, 3600, you know, all those Ryzen CPUs, definitely, they are good for sure. Those are what I recommend. They got the L3 cache to utilize majority of those threads across the coins that do need the L3 cache. I fried the 3950X and the oh my gosh, and the 3080 Ti. Now that was an expensive. Ouch. I'm in the pool. Box fan's in the pool. Oh, you made it. See, so was it just your rig name, Box fan? Was it your rig name? Was that the issue? Oh, the Coach Yeti, awesome. Appreciate you. You're the first YouTube channel I discovered on mining, and you, chum, and the gang got me so interested. Oh, right on. Well, I appreciate you for, you know, watching and coming out to the live streams and all that good stuff. You know, without any of you guys, we wouldn't really have a channel. Really, a channel is only as strong as its community, and you guys are the best community out there. So you guys all deserve, you know, a big thumbs up, clap, you know, like, all that stuff that you got to do for a video. You should be doing to yourself as well. I just picked up a 3800X, only CPU I can find in my area. 3800X, that's okay. It's more potentially better for gaming. So if you're a gamer, you're gonna love that CPU. It has higher potential for, you know, overclocks over the 37s and stuff, whatnot. But yeah, for 3800X, that's the same as a 3700X. You should be able to utilize, I believe, 8 cores, 16 threads across Raptoreum. 7-year-olds to be filling taxes at a sufficient rate going forward. Yeah, 7-year-olds with tax claims. What's going on here? Ryzen 7 3700X at $350. That's not too bad. I can't remember what I paid for it. Again, I found it on sale. Everything was cheaper. What would the OC settings be on the Ryzen 3600? Still 1 megavolt at 3.6. On her 3700, because it does have less cores and less threads, I am running it at 0.97 volts at 3.6. So and potentially you could probably get less than that, because my 3900Xs, I did have 5 of them running at 0.95 volts. But I had one restart on me after 2 days, so I just put everything to 1 volt. That way I wouldn't have to deal with them all. But I'm trying new settings. I'm trying 3.8 at 1 volt now. And then I want to go up to 3.9. I want to see how high I can get 1 volt to go that is stable, and then just clock it down a little bit, because I think 1 volt is a nice middle ground for an efficiency on the number. I haven't really noticed too much of a power increase going to 3.8 from 3.6, because I still am only running the 1 volt across the CPU. So that's what I'm currently testing and working on right now, is 3.8 at 1 volt. And right now it looks like I'm at 123 watts. I got to write that down. You guys want to know the quick numbers on that? I've seen as low as 87 watts and as high as what I just said, 123 watts. I got to write it down. I might bang the mic. 123. though. 123 watts. I write down till I get about 10 different watt numbers, so that's about half the hashes there, and then I do an average and I figure out how much power this thing is actually drawing. What gigahash are you using on the 3900, not the 3900X? I use the same thing. I said all the way from the 3900 up to the 5950X, I use the exact same settings. 3.6, 1 volt. Everything seems stable. Everything seems fairly efficient. And again, I just pointed out, you only need 1 stick of RAM. 1 stick instead of 2, because the increase of hash rate you get from those 2 sticks, not worth it. Totally not worth it at all. And technically, that's another thing. I got to test that after this too. I got to switch boards out because this one doesn't work in dual channel. But you'll also be using a little bit less power because you do need power to run that extra stick of RAM as well. So we may be running more efficiently now. So I just got to check it out. And the latest version of the miner, I do believe why I'm noticing this hash rate being so close to 2 is because I think it did get optimized for only 1 stick of RAM, where previous versions like 1.1.9 and stuff, I was noticing a bigger difference when I did do those tests. But right now, it does seem like it is better. I guess I need to talk to some Windows miners who overclock their CPUs to 1 volt, etc., and see how it affects the stability of mining with GPUs simultaneously. It shouldn't affect it. I had, well, you know, I'm mining. I got a 3080 in my workstation. I have never had any issues. I'm running currently in my workstation that's testing is 3.8. Let me show you right now. Here's my settings. So here is my Ryzen master in Windows, obviously, and profile. Here's my profile. I hit manual here. Here I am, 3.8 on my 5950X, right across the board, every core, and I'm only at 1 volt. So that's my overclock settings right now. And I am mining when I'm not streaming or making a video. I got a 3080 in this workstation, EVGA FTW3 non-LHR. It came out before the LHRs came out, so it does about 103 mega hash. But I am mining them both together, no issues whatsoever. Full 32 threads on this CPU. I have nothing tuned down. So maybe if you're running like 12 GPUs, you may have to, you know, free up 1 thread for all those GPUs. But right now, mining like this, 1 or 2 GPUs, you should be fine. Full 32 threads mining and a GPU in there as well on Windows. If that helps you out, that you just said you're going to go look for some Windows guys to talk about overclocking. Shouldn't have to. I'm right here. I just showed you. It works. I'm mining 2 GPUs in this B550 board, and now I'm CPU mining on its 3800X. Nice. See, look, Juan Carlos, he's doing the exact same thing. I have 6 rigs running with 3900X at 1 volt, 3.6, and 6 GPUs also with 0 issues. There you go. Ken McMahon is doing it 100%. You know, it definitely can be done. No problem. Magic Lucky, thanks for the help. No problem. You asked a question, I try to answer if I can't answer it. If I can't answer it, then I'll just be like, oh, I'm not really sure. But so far we're doing pretty good here. Mano Drizzle, Rabid Mining, I have the raptoreum wallet and it will launch, but stay on the splash screen, then eventually crash. I'm not sure what to do. Do you have anything else going on in the background or anything? I have noticed when you initially start it and it tries to download the blockchain, likes to freeze stuff, lock stuff up. So make sure you don't really have any background, you know, applications or anything going, because it does use quite a bit of resources at first. Once it finally does do its thing, then it could take a while. Again, you may notice lockups. I don't know, it shouldn't be disconnecting on its own, but I find that strange. But I have noticed it lagging down quite a bit, so try to make sure it's the only thing running when you do run that wallet. Very first time at least, anyway. I tested 12 gaming laptops, run at 660 watts at 300 mega hash since March. They run great, keep them below cool, and they will run forever. Nice. So look, laptop mining is definitely a thing, and a lot of people are doing it. Jean Carlos, he had that happen. He had to shut down the entire system for a minute, then restart it. It took 2 minutes to fully open. Insane. Yeah, the Raptoreum wallet, if you're just downloading it now, you got to download the whole blockchain. So it does take quite some time to do. And I do it every 3 or 4 days just to keep it updated, or whenever I do my weekly videos and whatnot, because yeah, you got to keep downloading the recent blockchains every time you do open it. Best place is where you don't forget how to access i5 2600, good for CPU mining. That's what I already have. i5, well, let's see if mine Raptorium was down today. Let's just see if it's back up and live or not. Let's have a look here, guys. Mineraptorium.com. Oh, did I butcher it? Did I mess up? Mineraptorium.com. Oh, is the website? Oh, here we go. Here we go. You guys see all this? So, what CPU was that? i5, where are we going? i5 2600 Intel. Is that in here? i5 26. i7 series, i5. I do not see the 26 in here, so sorry, I cannot say what it does. But I don't even know if this is still working. This was down earlier. Yeah, it's still not giving your estimated daily. So this is down, but it is estimating 3900 X's, 3.5 hashes or kilohash. Move that. Oh, wrong one. No, wrong one. Oh, I killed the stream. There we go. There we go. All better. I'm not sure what that will do, but for the most part, Intel's, they're not that great for CPU mining, especially when it comes to the high catch ones. Mining, QR. I'm not unfamiliar what QR is, but thank you for the 184.99 QAR donation. Thank you for your excellent videos and live stream. Keep the good work and keep mining. Well, thank you very much. Much appreciated. That's a bright pink one there. Sure caught the eyes. Wow, that's insane. I'm not sure what where are you from? Mining, where are you from? I'm curious to know where you're from because I do not know the currency of QAR. John, I got 3 machines running 3rd gen Intels. 3rd gen, well, Intels work. Remember, if you're mining with an Intel is better than not mining it at all, right? So you may as well, at least you're getting something out of it. Quater. Rabid, I use 3900X or 5900X with 24 threads on 8 GPU rigs. 39 for 20. Yeah, full 24 threads, right? Oh, on 8 GPU rigs. So nice. So you're using the full threads as well as using 8 GPUs in your rig. So there you go. It is running fine for him. It sounds like he didn't say he's having issues. White Arctic Walker. So yeah, full threads to the board, CPU mining with 8 GPUs. Sounds like people are doing it and not having issues. QTAR. Okay, I'm not sure what QTAR is. I'm going to have to do a geography lesson later on after this live stream. But again, mining, very, very much appreciated for sure. At Rabid Mining, big fan here from Jordan. Just purchased my first 2 CPUs for mining, a 5900X and a 5950X. Was wondering how you go about selecting your motherboards. Heard it can affect your hash rate. Thank you. The motherboards don't necessarily affect your hash rate when CPU mining. The main thing you want to look for, make sure your motherboard does support the CPU. Example, you may find one that supports a 5700X or a 5900X, but it might not support the 5950X. Or you might get one for the 3000 series, which requires a latest BIOS update to the newer version to work with a 5000 series. So make sure the BIOS that it will come with does support the series of CPU that you're actually getting. As for the motherboard, you can use a B450, B550, X470s. They're always cheaper than the X570s and use less power as well as a complete system. You do not need the more expensive X570s because you're not gaming and you're not overclocking your CPU to massive amounts where you need that extra cooling and VRAMs in the motherboard. So you don't need any of that. We are undercoring, underclocking, undervolting, and keeping that CPU, voltage nice and stable at a lower voltage instead of those spiking. So that's why those X470s, B450s, B550s are just fine for CPU mining. So any motherboard that you actually find for the CPU you want to use should work, in theory. But just do the background research on that motherboard. Make sure it does support the CPU. That's really the only thing you do have to look for, is the support for the CPU that you want to use. You seeing this? My chat is acting up. What's going on? Budweiser, I see you right now. Yes, I see you. How's your chat acting up? I see that message anyway. Ken McLean, yes, I'm also using all 24 threads with 6 GPUs. So yeah, a lot of people are using all the threads and GPU mining. So those of you that are curious about GPU mining as well as CPU mining on maximizing your CPU instead of allowing threads, totally be done with the Ryzens. Now with Intels, I do think you will have to free up some threads. They just can't handle workloads. Intel's, I don't know. Maybe one day they'll start making a decent CPU again, but right now it's all Ryzen, baby. All Ryzen. Hopefully, you know, Ryzen, AMD, you guys out there, you guys watching this? If so, I'd like a 3970X, please, a 3990X, possibly, you know, maybe one of your newer epics too. So my address is in the description. Be sure to send that out, AMD, and I'll be glad to test that out for you guys. Thank you. Anybody think they got that? Probably not. Oh my gosh, this is fun, huh? Fun stuff. Zatar33 at Rabid, perfect. Thank you so much. No problem, man. Andrew is saying, I bought an old PC for GPU mine. It has an AMD FX 8150 8-core processor, hash RTM going from 550 hash to 1.6. I am mining in Hive. Any suggestions to stabilize? So Meriden Sai, that is 100% normal. The fluctuation, the way the Ghost Rider algorithm works, I should probably do a video on the way raptoreum algorithm works in general. There's a lot of questions about that, but it is 20 different mini algorithms within the main algorithm. So there's 20 different rotations. You can see all the rotations when you initially do your first tune process. You can see it doing all these tests and everything. Each one is a separate rotation. So what happens here is each rotation has a different hash rate and a different power consumption. So that's why you're seeing the fluctuations. So the only way to get a good detail of how much you're actually hashing is look at your pool every couple of days to see what your average hash rate is, because every day it will change based on the rotation that picks throughout, you know, that last 24 hours. So example, I've seen my 3900Xs hit as high as up to 15 kilohash and be as low as 1 kilohash. So and everything else in between there. So that's why you do it hashing around, bouncing, jumping all over the place. 100% fine, nothing to be worried about. That's just the way the algorithm works, and because it acts like that, it does keep it ASIC resistant. Magic Lucky PS, for example, the website hash rate matches my performance, but the profits are less than 50% of what it states. Must be the network difficulty not being up to date on the website. Yeah, that network difficulty is constant. It's moving up fast. It came down a little bit, then it'll peak again. You know, it's probably went down a little bit because people are looking for more CPUs, and the price dropped a little as well. But you know what? That hash rate is definitely climbing very fast. Like 2 months ago, it was 3 to 5 megahash complete network. Then, you know, a month ago, it was up to 30 megahash. Then it was up to 70. And now yesterday it was at 130. And today we were down to about 109. So it is dramatically changing. So you're going to be seeing profit changes all the time. That's why I like to do my weekly profit videos as well. So I can kind of keep track of coins being mined, if it's going up, if it's going down, if it's kind of staying the same, and what's going on. Budweiser, I threw out a super chat and an at that were missed. Was starting to feel it. Did you really? Oh my gosh. Oh, Budweiser, I'm so sorry. I'm going to scroll all the way up here and try to find it for you because I did not see anything. Oh no. I don't see it. I did not see the super chat or anything. Did anybody else see a super chat from Budweiser, or am I just like severely blind? Let me know, because I did not see it. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry. Obviously, we still love you, man. I really did not see it, though. I swear. I was not ignoring you or nothing. I see your last 2 messages. Oh, man. That's horrible. I see mining again. Another 74 Quar. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Quar QA. Middle East QR equals Quadar Riles. World Cup 2022 will be held here. Oh, nice. Which is interesting. FIFA had their soccer game an hour from me. Canada playing, who they played the other day? Costa Rica, and they're supposed to be playing Mexico in a couple of days here. So yeah, FIFA, we got like soccer happening here in Canada, like right by me too. That's pretty cool. I'm watching on TV though, but I'm not going out there, you know, with all the restrictions and everything going on. But that's pretty sweet here. So it's from Middle East. So nice. Welcome to the channel, Mining. Much appreciated for sure. You sent it an hour ago? Oh my gosh, I feel so bad. I really did not see it. Maybe did YouTube like rip me off or something? I am your witness. I saw it. Oh, you saw it, MC? Oh, I don't believe this. How could I? Okay, you know what? Is there a way I can look back, pop out chat, toggle timestamps, participants? Okay, hold on, wait, I think there's something I can click on here. Viewer activity. Let's see, viewer activity. Does that have anything? Let's see, QR, merch stream, health, merchandise. I see my merchandise. I see my items. Maybe analytics. I'm sorry, I'm trying to go through everything. How come this isn't telling me stuff that happened in the past? Oh my gosh. Something's going on here. I feel so bad now. I'm sorry, Fudweiser. I swear I didn't see it, but obviously if you did. Oh no, now Red Panda. Okay, I did not see it. I'm so sorry. I apologize 1,000 times and over again. Oh my gosh. What was I doing? Was I like, oh, what was I looking at? I must have been totally off the deep end, you know, trying to answer something, deep thought or something. I don't know, meditating. Again, very, very sorry. Oh my gosh. Okay, so moving on. Well, I don't mean to move on, but okay. Soccer is getting much bigger in the US. The Philadelphia protein place 10 minutes from my house. Oh, nice. Yo, Rabbit, how you been? Fruitcake, pretty good. How you doing? John German, 3950X, 741 US seems pretty high to me. Again, depends where you are. Red Panda 2 are so hard to find good YouTube content. Oh my gosh. See, I know, I'm an epic failure. I am a failure. Alright guys, I'm sorry. I failed at super chats. You know what pops up right in your face? And I guess I can't even see those, so I'm just yeah, about that. Will XMR do that? No, I don't think so. It is a really popular coin. People are literally, when I first started mining it, you know, I said the odd thing and people were like all over me. There's people, they know it's not profitable, but they're mining it because they love the network. So there are people that are absolutely in love with Monero and they are 100% for it. So no, I don't think it's die. It is the top dog when it does come to like privacy and stuff. So you know what? I think obviously people love that. So it's gonna stick around probably forever. That Pfizer golden John Germain, I found to run the lowest voltages I had to lower OC to 3.6. What were you running before? What voltages? What? Good thing Panda doesn't have, you know, what's it called? Moderation skills. He'd be taking everybody out right now. Look at that. Look at him go. Just bam, 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 bam. Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm going to see if he actually does it. Red Panda, you're going to become a mod right about... I don't know. I thought you were going to start banning him. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I was scaring you. Bought two 5900Xs. I don't give it. Okay. Okay. There you go. B-ball lover. See, hey, everyone has different pockets. Honestly, if I could afford to just go out and spend, you know, a bunch of money on CPUs right now, I would. I'm serious. I would. I'm not telling you to do it. Not financial advice whatsoever. But just, I try to look for the deals because I can't go out and just, I can't afford to, you know, just go do that. Don't make me mod. Yeah, don't worry, I won't. Don't need to add another job to your work, you know. For once you finally get to relax and watch a stream instead of becoming the back end stream. Red Panda, are you streaming after Rabid? Yeah, I do believe Panda's supposed to be going live in what, 27 minutes? We're going live in 27, if I'm correct. I think 1 o'clock my time, which would be 12 noon your time. And on the East Coast, that would be what, 3 o'clock, I believe, for all you guys out there. I can put Panda in timeout. Yeah, steal your helium. You can put him in timeout. Yeah, for sure. You definitely could got extra power over him, at least right now. Oh yeah, it's Panda's relax time. He's just soaking it all up, waiting for his live stream. So that's all right. Default settings on my 3600X brings my temps up to 80s. What? 80s? Ouch. That thing is running warm. What do you got that? Is it open air? You in a case? What case are you running? I do find the little one's 3700X. It does run a bit warmer than my 3900X, but it is in a case. The fans don't really have the greatest airflow. I got to change some stuff up in it, but it runs about 60 to 65 degrees. Temps in the 80s help heat the house. Yeah, that's definitely help for sure, especially in this winter time. Still snowing? I think it's still snowing out over here. I sensed the pump coming and got 2 more 3900X 400 the night before the scalpers got it. Oh, Ken, nice. Good job. Way to get in there. Insane. Yeah, well, what will happen? Who all posted now? Like, it is blogged all over the place now. What's his name? What's that other YouTuber that does all, the tech stuff? Not Gamers Nexus, but Gamer Meld. That guy, Gamer Meld, mentioned Raptoreum a couple days ago. We got videocards.com mentioned it. We have Tom's Hardware is talking about it. Like, it's all over the place right now. I woke up and there's like 4 Google ad things popped up in my face about Raptoreum. I was like, oh my gosh. It's crazy. So yeah, it is definitely all over the place. People are hearing about it. And the other reason why I was expecting, I saw the price coming down. A lot of people are saying, pullback, but I think a lot of people bought into it for the smart nodes. Like I was kind of saying earlier, that percentage return, like where's the iNodes at? Let's look at that again. Look at the percentage of this thing. Blockchain. Here you can see the complete blockchain. Like, look at that. It's 45.7% of a yearly ROI. Like, what's Eth2 and everything? Obviously, it's a giant network, but it's like, what, 3 or 4%? We're looking at 45.7% here. What if this hits a massive spike in a couple of years? That's an insane amount of free Raptoreum right now. We're putting it in a smart node. It's crazy. These things are just so high. When I first put it in, though, it was like 57%. So we are down like 13% over the past 3 months. Every time the smart node does increase to a bigger size, the percentage ROI does drop a bit because there's so much more going into it. So let's always keep that in mind. It's not going to stay at 45 forever like it wasn't at 57. So next time it might be 40%, but I do not know the full numbers on that at the point. But yeah, I think a lot of people bought in and they didn't sell. They put it into a node for, that free RTM just building up. Staking is making people, a lot of money. How much better is a Threadripper 3970X over a 3900X? I believe the 3970X is the same, would hash the same as 2 3950Xs. Let's just take a look at the specs of that bad boy right now. 3970X. 3970X. Let's go for specs here. So I believe it. Yeah, it's a 32 card. Can you guys see this? Oh, you can't see nothing right now. Hold on. Oh, it's so white. It's so white. Okay. So yeah, it's a 32 core, 64 thread CPUs, 128 megabytes of L3 cache. So you should utilize all 64 cores. So that is like 2 3950Xs or 2 5950X CPUs. So that's how it'll hash. It'll hash the same as 39. So let's say, let's go in here. What are my rigs doing here? Where is so rig 10 is 3950, so it's averaging 3.1 right now. Where is rig 9? Right there, 3.5. So our average hash rate is a little bit low right now, little low, but usually you can probably average about 4 kilohash on a 39. So I'm guessing that CPU may be potentially averaging let's say 7.4 to maybe 8 kilohash is what the 3970X will probably hash at, I'm guessing. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good hash rate there. 7.4 to maybe a little over 8, depending on the day. It could be like 7 to 9. I'm gonna go 7 to 9 kilohash depending on the day, because it will change every day. So that's a nice CPU for sure. Power consumption, it's a little bit, what is it? It's a 250 watt TDP. So I'm not sure. I don't have to put a watt meter on that to see how that works, but what's the difference for mining between a 3900X and a 3900X XP? I think you mean XT, but mining performance will be exactly the same. XT, I think that was just a gaming gimmick. That means, yo, you know what? This will overclock higher. We can get a higher single thread performance with the XT CPU, whatever, stuff like that. That's all gaming gimmicks. For mining, it's going to be exactly the same. We do not care about single thread performance when we mine CPU mineable coins. Sorry about that. Yes, WS is the 5950X, correct, which is not on all the time. It's on, then it's off, then it's on, then it's off. So, trying to say the performance I'm getting out of the 5950X is accurate. It's not really that accurate if you try to look on that and follow it, because it's on, off, on, off, on, off. Oh, I'm all out of water now. So how much can I earn daily on Intel Pentium? Oh my gosh, I have no idea. I really can't answer that question. I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm not sure. Probably, I don't think you really earn that much at all. And Intel, like the very first Pentium, like oh my gosh. I haven't even seen one of those CPUs for so long. I think I was in like grade 9 when it first came out or something. Oh, insane. I've only GPU mined using NiceHash. RTM is the first time I have mined anything without NiceHash. Nice, nice. Well, welcome outside of the NiceHash box. Now that you know you took your first step out, next thing you do, you got to point your GPU at a single coin you love the most. You know, or you can just point it at the most profitable, which is currently Ethereum, depending on the GPU. So, you know what? Start mining your own coin and not rely on NiceHash. Making progress. Good job. Yo guys, I have a 486. Will that work? Oh, I remember the 486, the 386. I remember I had a 386 and upgraded the 486. I had like, I don't even know how much RAM it had, like 100 megabytes of RAM. And like the front side bus speed on the motherboard. I was pumped when I got like, I can't even remember when I had like 400 megahertz was like a big improvement. The hard drive, you have like, I want to install a game and I had like 12 3.5-inch floppy disks to install a single game. Oh my gosh, that was the fun times. I'm hashing this morning on 011 data, all because of you. 2 3900Xs. Thanks, Darren Carter. Welcome. Nice. Well, welcome to the mining pool, and hope you you know, make a lot of raptoreum. Anyone not seeing good profitability on mining Flux? We do need to mine for around a week since parallel assets get paid weekly. Panda probably knows more on that information. We kind of went through mining pool on that, the pool to use. But again, I have not mined it, so I think, like you said, yeah, it is weekly payouts of those extra things you do get. But I don't know. I haven't mined it yet or tested it, so you'd have to probably ask somebody else about that part. Is that the 486 with the math coprocessor that's going to be worth another 0.5 hash per second? Oh my gosh. Those old things. I believe they're still kicking, but you know what? Imagine if you went to the dump, you found the old 486 and you opened up the hard drive and there's like 100 Bitcoin sitting there. Could you imagine? There's literally people out there scavenging old computers looking for hard drives to potentially have Bitcoin. That's insane. Another thing, there's what's it called? XMRig has a version. A lot of people on the support XMR. They got a whole bunch of people in there trying to, you know, CPU mine into, you know, other CPU wallets and stuff. Like, it's pretty crazy all the stuff they got going on over there. I'm getting 4 3900Xs tomorrow, not waiting anymore. Oh my gosh, he did it. He just went FOMO action. Did you? No, don't FOMO. But all right, well, power to you. Now there's more CPUs gone. I'm just kidding. Right on. 4 3900Xs. That's nice. That should be a decent amount per day for sure. Have fun with that. Set them up. Let me know. You know, as soon as you got them set up, make sure you post those pictures in Discord. We want to see your rig set up. 4 3900Xs. That's a nice start to some hash power for sure. My friend lost 100 BTC from 100. Oh no, that's not good. Imagine 100 BTC. Imagine losing 100 Bitcoin. Like, what is that even worth right now? What's Bitcoin? Right there it says 64,000. I don't even know if that one's right now, but let's look at that. 100 times 64,000. 6.4 million. Oh my gosh. I could not imagine. Is 1,000 mega hash good in GPU mining? It all depends on your network. So 1,000 mega hash is it's a gigahash. That's your gigahash on Ethereum. That's a nice size rig, you know. 1 gigahash on Ethereum is a nice chunk. Nice chunk of mega hash. If you were to move that over to Ravencoin, you'd probably be sitting around 350 to 4 something mega hash. If you were to move that to Ergo, you'd probably be around 2 gigahash. So depending on your algorithm, your hash numbers does vary, but it doesn't mean your GPU is hashing so much more or so much less. It just depends what the algorithm is actually doing at the time. Hello, you said in your guide 450 watt gold certificate. You think EVGA 450 watts brown gonna be okay? I would never recommend mining with you know, bronze power supplies and whatnot, because they are less efficient. But you know, if you just got 1 or 2 rigs or something, and you know, it's a lot cheaper to use one of those, you should be okay. It shouldn't blow up or anything on you like those gigabytes things we're doing. That new egg was trying to pawn off on everybody. But you know, you should be okay. CPUs don't use too much power if you run them efficiently. But then again, you know, if you have a massive farm, you start stacking 10, 20, 30 rigs or something up, you are going to be wasting a lot of power using bronze power supplies like that, and would be recommended to go to at least, you know, gold or platinum editions for sure. Kaylin Limbu, definitely will post in Discord. Thank you for all the information here. Greatly appreciate it. Hey, no problem. You got questions? I try to answer when I can, at least. We got what? I can't see how many likes we have. It's all dotted off. So we got 154 viewers. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. If you haven't yet, hit that like button. If you feel like, you know, donating to the Rabid Mining Threadripper cause, feel free to send a super chat. I'm gonna start like a GoFundMe and see if I can like raise money for some Threadrippers. Think that'll work? Is that a thing? Will that happen? I don't know. Thought about it, but it's probably not a good idea. I don't think people would like that. Rabid Mining Threadripper fund. Sounds good though. I like to throw that around once in a while. Anyway, continuing on. Exchanging raptoreum seems kind of limited at the moment. Hopefully more exchanges add it soonish. Yeah, for sure. Imagine what happens if like Coinbase starts, you know, taking it on, or crypto.com starts taking it on. Wow, prices could go insane very fast. But again, you know, just hold in there, be patient, let it grow. You know, it's on a time frame. It has a chart of what it wants to do. Next year, smart contracts. Now, depending on the contracts that's going to be added, but there's a lot of potential for it to grow, and the devs are very active, so that's really, really good. Just did some math. I only pay 5 cents per kilowatt hour. Oh my gosh, that is nice. 5 cents? I wish. That'd be amazing. I wish I could get my hands on some solar. So maybe it's better 750 watt gold for 2 rigs. Thanks for your answer. Yeah, no problem. Well, 2 rigs, you should be okay with the bronze. Again, it depends on your power price. If you got expensive power, you know, it probably wouldn't want to go with bronze at all. I don't even recommend bronze to anybody ever, but you know, if you want to get away with a quick 1-2 cheap rigs, then I'd say go for it. But if you start stacking rigs up with those, you're going to be wasting a lot of power and long-term potential issues of, you know, maybe they melt or something, or you lose overclocks, or you decide to throw a GPU or something on, and don't forget about that, which is another issue I see coming in the future, which I usually bring up, but I didn't for the last couple of weeks here, is when Ethereum does move over to, say, you know, when it merges over to proof of stake, when you can no longer mine it, there's going to be a lot of people moving their rigs onto coins that are core heavy, like Ravencoin and stuff. And there's still a lot of people running SATA on their risers and whatnot. And people are like, they're 80-90% limit on their server power supplies, their ATXs, you know, everything's maxed out. They got what they got going. Their rigs have been mining for a long time. Now, if you take that over and you swap it right over to Ravencoin, change your overclocks, you're going to be using a lot more power depending on your farm and stuff. Your power supplies could be overloaded and blowing up. Your risers could be melting if they're still on SATA. You know, you could be blowing breakers in your house if you're right around the range where you're sitting at. So keep all these things in mind when you do change different coins, when you try different things, that everything uses different power consumptions. I always try to test cards when I get them, so I know, and I write everything down so I know kind of what's going on with power wise, so I know what to switch to and limit my power to certain circuits and everything else. So always keep that stuff in mind. Plan ahead before you do anything. Don't just do it. Okay, so don't mine with bronze. See, look at Mr. Steelio Helium says right there, don't mine with bronze. And I never recommend it. Don't do it. But yes, it's cheaper. It's cheaper for a reason. It's just a bad idea. I almost missed it. Hello all. Hey Raheem, what's going on? Oh my gosh, we've been here for a long time, but it does look like Panda's going live in 12 minutes. We'll go for 12 more minutes, then we're gonna swap over there. Give Panda a nice, you know, rabid raid. It's been a while. He used to raid me back in the day when I was a tiny little guy. I was this little rabid cub with, you know, 100 subscribers or something, and then Panda would come along with his big panda family and be like, yo, check out Rabid. And you know, that's how I started off. He gave me a nice start and boost, and it's obviously much appreciated. So if you are still there, Panda, thanks a lot. Okay, moving on here. What do we got? Automatic beats. Hey, what's going on? Why do the riser makers even still give SATA cables with them anymore? I don't know. They just do. I'm not a riser maker. I don't know. GPU risers, they don't do that anymore. So don't worry about that. They don't come with any cables anymore, I believe. But yeah, always use 6-pin. It's just the safest way to power anything when it comes to your risers. Says he's going live in an hour. Maybe he changed it. I thought it was 1 o'clock my time. Maybe I'm wrong. The Canada C8 connection. Yeah, there's a lot of YouTubers in Canada here. Who is it? It's myself. There's Red Panda, obviously. Mining Chamber. There's a couple more. Who are they? Oh my gosh, I can't remember. But yeah, there's a lot of big YouTube crypto people in Canada. So that's pretty cool. Oh my gosh, who's the other ones? I know. Oh, it's off the top of my tip of my tongue, and I totally know I'm. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, my brain is. I've been on too long, I think. Because they ran down the rabbit hole at Juice Jones. Anything above 3.6 megahertz requires 1 volt or more. I like 0.9 volts myself. Anything above, I'm running 3.8 right now at 1 volt, and so far it's been a day stable, so that's pretty good. Remember, it could take 2 or 3 days to finally see your first reboot, but if you are good for a week, then you should be stable. But so far I'm a little over 24 hours stable, 3.8 at 1 volt on this test rig right now that I am currently trying out. Do RAM speeds matter when CPU mining? Thanks. Yes and no. Depends what you want. I always run no XMP profile. So what that means is you're not running your RAM to the full speed. When you do run it, so example, I use G.Skill Flare X CL14 RAM, but I'm only running 2400 megahertz XMP profile off. If I turn XMP profile on, I will be running 3200 megahertz. I will see an increase in hash rate and performance, but I'll be using more power than what the increase that you actually see is worth. So RAM speed increase, yes, increases performance, but it also increases your power more than the performance that you see. So I don't use it and not recommend it. Again, you guys are at 5 cents power, 2 cents power, running solar, so your free power. Go ahead, crank it up, XMP on, let it roll. You know, you don't have to worry about it because you're not paying for your power. But highest hash to watt ratio is running the nice XMP profile off. But I still run the CL14 RAM because it is faster of a, it's faster nanosecond of talking between the RAM and the CPU. 1 more hour from Red Panda. Oh, it's still another hour? Okay, guys. Well, I don't think I'm going to make it another hour. So we're going to go for another 8 minutes or so, and then I'm going to have to call it. We've been on for like 2 hours. My throat is dry. I'm out of water. I can't even remember my name anymore. I'm just kidding. It's not that bad, but SATA is fine for like sub 100 watt cards. You should check out Anonymous Miner if you don't sub him at Dino. He lives in California where power is also high, but not as high as yours. He does a lot of solar videos along with mining videos. Yeah, Anonymous Miner, he does quite a bit of stuff. Yeah, for sure. He's here, isn't he? Anonymous Miner's here somewhere, I think. He's usually in there. Maybe he's off somewhere doing something. Work Crow, thanks. Hey, no problem. I see you. I'm trying to learn. This is an i3 laptop. Too weak to make money on CPU mining. I'm not really sure. The best way to, just try it and see what it does. See what your hash rate is. Hook it up to a watt meter. See how much power you're drawing. That's the only way you're really going to know how it's going to perform. As for myself, I don't have too much experience with Intels because they're just not that great when it does come to mining. I don't know what that is. Did answer question, be GPU plus CPU same board? Yes, you can, for sure. You can run GPUs mining with your CPUs as well, 100%, no issues whatsoever. Does SSD affect something, SATA or NVMe? Depends. Well, yeah, it does. It's speed. USB is very, very slow. I run Hive. I find USB drives, they take forever to update your NVIDIA drivers. Depending what you're doing, they take forever to update Hive in general. Reboots, anything like that, just takes a long time. And I also had issues of having to reflash my drive quite a bit. Maybe my drives were just too cheap or something, but ever since I swapped to an SSD, I've never looked back. I've never used USB ever since. It's so much faster, so much easier, just way better in general. And they're not that much more expensive than a USB, not like they used to be. They're slightly more expensive. M2 is even one step better than an SSD. People were telling me, you know, why don't you just start using the M2s, save up on cables? And I haven't yet because I always used the SSDs. These last 2 rigs I built, I did put them on M2 drives, and wow, they're way better. The only cables you need out of your PSU now is your 24 pin and your 8 pin to your motherboard. That's it. All your SATA cables, everything, nothing. They make for nice, clean builds. And I did find 2 120 gigabytes Kingston drives, M2s, for like $30, which was the same as what I usually got SSDs for. So yeah, if they're cheap where you are, highly recommend M2s. Way cleaner builds, less cables needed, which also leads to potentially possibly less power use as well. Look at Mr. Steal Your Helium. He swapped the M2s, the USB, never again. Yeah, I will never use USBs. I don't know why I'm saying SSD. I went to SSDs. I don't even want them anymore. M2s all the way. I really enjoy how these M2s work now, for sure. Cable management so much easier. Will Hivon consider CPU plus GPU 2 workers? For sure. Yeah, you can use Hive OS and Hive to mine with your GPUs and CPUs as well. No issues whatsoever. All you gotta do is add a flight sheet in for your GPU as well. Just make one single flight sheet with both your workers. I think SATA SSDs. Rahim, thank you for the 99-cent donation. Every little bit helps. That is another encouraging, going straight to the Threadripper fund. Nice. I think SSDs are the best way to go overall for rigs. Prices are reasonable and they don't interfere with the number of GPUs you can run per motherboard. Oh, okay. Yeah, very true. Rabid Mining, I have seen M2 in your recent build. How did you put Hive OS in it, please? So what I did do is, you know what? I should probably make a video on that or something. I have a universal flasher. So I don't know if you've seen the normal SSD ones where it has, you know, the built-in power SATA and power data plugs into that, and it goes to USB into your actual PC through USB. So I had one. I used it back when I was hooking up my Reptech motherboards. If you guys haven't seen that video, I do have it in there with my Reptech motherboards. But it comes with a universal ordealio where it plugs into that part, but it also has a plate where you can install an M SATA or an M2. So it's a universal for, you can use pretty much any hard drive you want on it. You just plug it straight into your computer. So it's kind of hard to explain what it actually is. I'll try to put it in a video or something in the future, but it's just pretty much a universal USB reader, or SSD reader is what it's called. You can find it on Amazon. I believe I do have links for it actually. You know what? Let's just look it up right quick. That might be the easiest way to go about this whole thing instead of, you know, confusing you guys with my bad language and stuff. Let's see here. So USB universal SSD reader. Let's see if this pops up. And nope, not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one. Nope. Okay, I can't find it. Where is it? I had the link here. Okay, it's something like that, but it comes with the plate. Oh no, I can't. It's exactly like that one. Maybe if I click on it, it'll say buy these other ones. Nope. All right, I can't find it. But it has this, but this part here that usually will plug into your SSD also plugs in. This will plug into the plate, which you can screw in your M2s and M SATAs and everything else as part of it. You can get a full universal kit. I can't remember the exact name of it, but I do have links for it somewhere on Discord or something. But that's what I use to flash M2 drives and everything. This is confusing me. Video, please. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. I'll try to put a video or something on that. I do have a video showing it from like a long time ago, but you know what? I could potentially throw on my webcam right quick. Hold on, guys. I'll get to the bottom of this. Here we go. We'll fix this up in a jiffy. I can just show you it right now. Camera on. Let's go turn on USB streaming right quick here. USB streaming. All right, connect. All right, hold on here, guys. Give me 2 seconds. Just gotta add my camera in here. Video capture device. CV1. There we go. There's my glass. There's that rig we built yesterday. You guys can see that. And here's what I'm talking about. So this is it right here. So that's the piece you can see right there. And if I just flip it over, oh, you can't really see that good. All right, hold on. Let me pull out of the package because I have it in the wrong way. Oh. Hope you guys have a good view of everything. Open sesame. All right, may as well pull the cord out so you guys can get a full deal of the whole thing. Plug it in for you guys. There, here we go. So this is what I'm talking about right there. So you can see there's the part that would normally plug into an SSD here. Then it goes to the USB for your computer. And then here you can put in an mSATA or you can use an M2 drive. And then you just use a little switch on the side here depending on what you want to flash. But just put that into there and put this into your actual computer and you're good to go flashing your drive, no problem. And here's the power consumption of this thing so far. So you can see 84.9 watts. This thing is mining raptoreum right now. It's a 3900X, 1 stick of RAM only in there. That's the one we couldn't get fully working with 2 sticks yesterday, but we are working. M2 is in it right there. So look how nice and clean that is. That is all you need for a CPU mining rig build. That's it. Nice and efficient. 85 watts now. We might have changed algos a little, but yeah, look at that. Hardly using any power. I'm going to shut this thing down now. Boom. So hopefully that answered your question. All right, there we go. Anyone have a link to Thingiverse for the motherboard standoffs? I'll try to find it. I believe someone did find it and put it in Discord, but I'm not 100% sure. Hey Rabid, I've watched all your CPU rig builds. X470 Gaming Plus Max will run headless in Hive. Yes, it will, 100%. That is what I use. Tomorrow, I got to edit it all up still, but Friday is when I built my 2 3900X rigs. The one that was broken here is one of them. Find out it did not start in that video, and we did, fix it up as much as we could yesterday in the live stream. But yeah, I'm doing there will be a Monday morning, should be a 2x3900X rig build. So that was a lot of fun putting that thing together. I have watched I bought Life Gamer. Budweiser, I like that. Yes, it's pretty sweet. Sick build. Yes, 1.25 gigahash on ETH is nice too. Actually, all CPUs selling out all over the place. Is Flockpool down? Is Flockpool down? I don't know. Let's have a look. Shouldn't be talking about any Flockpool around here. Unless you're from Europe or something. Oh my gosh, can you guys not even see what I was showing you guys? Hold on. Oh yeah. Fix that. Adjust my screen. Let's have a look. See if Flockpool is down or not. Flockpool. Flockpool looks up to me. Start mining. So all this part looks... The website's at least working. So Flockpool looks like it's going okay. Oh, wrong screen. There we go. I joined your Discord but don't have access to anything. How can I get access? Mano Drizzle, what you can do is you should have a DM, a private message with a CAPTCHA to fill out. If not, potentially you might have to leave the Discord and try and join back again, see if it pops up. And if it doesn't, then send me a message in Discord and I'll see what I can do for you. Magic Lucky, first live stream with you. You are very good at what you do here, sir. I'll definitely be back. Is this an every Sunday thing? Hey, Magic Lucky, thank you very much. I do try to live stream every Saturday and Sunday, actually. Usually on Sunday today is when we do, we look at rig pictures and everything that the community does post to Discord. We talk about them and we do little AMAs. And Saturdays is usually what we do in today, which is the main AMA. But yesterday we did a rig build. So we always try to throw different stuff in there, here and there. But yes, Saturday and Sundays is when I do usually live stream. Same time each time as well. What do you think about the power supply with Pico that Chump Change did? Right. Well, I don't really know. That it had is crazy, I think. Mine's a little bit crazy too, though, using those barrel plugs onto that X4 board and whatnot. But I think it's a little better. I prefer the server power supply. He didn't want to go server power supply because he didn't want the noise, but I got 5 rigs on that 1200 watt server power supply. I'm using 240 volt on it, running those 5 rigs off it, and I can't even hear it. It's dead silent quiet. Now, once you start hitting 70-80%, then you may start to hear it whine and stuff a bit. But right now, it's just extremely quiet power supply. Budweiser, thank you very much for the $1 Canadian donation. I see it. I'm not blind this time. Thank you very much. Chris Velez, thank you for becoming a subscriber. Much appreciated. Waving back to you. Welcome very much to the Rabid Mining channel. Welcome everybody. Thank you everybody. All you guys. Seriously, I said it before, but you know what? A channel is not as only as strong as its community, and you guys are seriously the communities, which makes you guys the best. So any thank you I do say to you, you guys say to me, you guys should be saying to yourself as well, because without you guys, I wouldn't be here, right? So much appreciated to all of you guys. Does anyone know if R7 5800X makes good hash rate? The 5800X will hash around the 3700X, 5700X. They'll all be about the same. They're 8-core, 16-thread CPUs. As for the, I'm going to look that up for you right quick here, actually. I don't know how much cache that one has per se. So 3800X L3 cache. 32 megabytes of L3 cache. So, okay, so that's 32. So you're going to use all 16 threads of that. So you will fully utilize that CPU. 16 threads on Raptoreum with that CPU. Hey Rabid, do you know of a top and your hey, do you know off the top of your head 5900 best OC settings, core volt, and CPU clock? Icarus RC, I use myself 3.6 all core at 1 volt. I find it to be the most efficient. I am currently testing though 3.8 at 1 volt, and I'm gonna see how stable this is. It's been stable for the last 24 hours. It's been seemed to be pretty good on the power consumption because we are still only at 1 volt. I previously have ran 3.6 at 0.95 volts. 1 out of 5 rigs did have a reboot in about 2 days. So that's why I did move everything to 1 volt. But depending on Silicon Lottery, you may get away with 0.95 volts on your system, maybe 0.97. But I do run everything at 1 volts right now. And I'm constantly doing testing. I'm doing more testing now. So we should have more information for that very question, later on in the week. I missed a big part of the live stream. Is it possible to mine and use one RAM stick, 3200 megahertz, 8 gigabyte? Yes, for sure. I'm mining 1 stick of RAM right now, and I'm starting to really recommend you only using 1 stick of RAM versus 2 sticks to cut down on rig prices. So therefore, you buy a package of RAM, has 2 sticks in it. You can use that for 2 different rigs, 1 in each rig, because we are seeing very minimal increase in performance for only using 2 sticks. I'll show you right now what I'm actually talking about. I did an actual test right here. I'll show it to you guys again. I did it at the beginning of the stream. Rig 7 and rig 8. So rig 7 right here, rig 8 right here. I'm gonna adjust my screen so you guys can see this and tell you what I'm kind of talking about here. Oh, not that one. Right there. Adjust my screen for you guys. Bear with me. So here you can see rig 7. This is rig 7 on the left here. This is only 1 stick of RAM, the exact same RAM. It is 3.324 hashes. So 3.3 kilohash is what we're getting here. 138.5 average hashes per thread. Now look at 2 sticks of RAM. Exact same RAM, but 2 sticks. 3.375. 3.3 kilohash. Again, 140.64 hashes per thread. See, look at that. So 138.5. We're only getting 1.5 extra hashes with 2 sticks of RAM, or 33.75 for the total CPU. So 3.324. So 24 and 75. So like 50. We're only seeing 50 hashes difference for a complete stick of RAM. So that is not worth the running 2 sticks of RAM inside your rig. Only run 1 stick. You're going to save up a lot of money, for building multiple rigs and stuff because of that. And I just realized I would not have really noticed that if this motherboard didn't work for me yesterday when I tried doing this on the live stream. So, some valuable information right there. Solari Captain, thanks man, loving your channel. Hey, thank you very much. Thanks for enjoying the channel. Glad you guys enjoy watching my videos. Are you going to RMA that weird motherboard from yesterday? No, I'm not RMAing it anymore because one stick of RAM is working just fine. I'm only losing 1.5 hashes on a thread, 50 hashes total across everything because I'm only running one stick. I'm keeping it. I'm not going to RMA this. I can't even find this anymore. They're $200 on Amazon. I got it for $105, $110 or something in there. So no, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep mining on it. It's staying as is. Do you use the same voltage on 3900X for 3950? Yes, I use the same settings for my 3900s, 3950Xs, and the 5950X. They're all 3.6 at 1 volt. Flockpool webpage down, error 500. I don't know. Well, maybe it is down. I just went to it and it was fine. So I'm not really sure, guys. Something's going on with Flockpool. But hey, you know what? I got a better idea. If you are from North America, join up our pool. This is not our pool. This is our community mining pool. We got 2014 miners on it now, sitting at 3 to 6 mega hash currently. It's nice. So if you want to look for a North American pool, this is where I personally mine to myself as well as most of the people. Support is in the Discord, so try checking out that pool if you want to, mine Raptoreum with myself. Bam. Okay, so ordered some of your favorite MSI motherboards as well. Yeah, they're sold out everywhere. You guys are buying all my motherboards that I love. Now I'm gonna have to try to find another one that I love. And it's really hard to do that because now everything won't match. It's hard to find GPU matching rigs, but CPUs really still had a chance to make a match. Now we can't anymore. Oh, right on. From Quebec, nice. Hey, LeGros Show, nice. Welcome. Another Canadian out there. I love 011 data pool. Look at these people are loving this pool. It is fun. I love it. Woohoo! Numbers of miners multiply by 4 in a week. Yeah, it's crazy. Let's rip it up, Rabid. BRE. Yeah, for sure. Rip it up, everyone. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. I'm sorry to break it up. I've been having a blast here, but I gotta wrap this up. It's been about 2 hours. My throat is beyond dry. I'm out of water. So I will see you guys every weekend when I do live stream. Who knows? You know what? If things are looking good, if you guys want it, let me know in some of my future videos if you want me to live stream. Maybe we'll do a pop-up live stream in the middle of the week or something. Just let me know what you gotta do. So anyway, thank you everybody for coming out. Much appreciated. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Hit that thumbs up. Check out all my other videos if you're looking for other things that probably answer most of your questions already. But if not, just feel free to ask me in comments, Discord, whatever. Thanks for coming, guys. Love you all, and Rabid out.